Yes, sir.
Okay, so today's presentation, I will talk about the application of the Garrett ranking method in social science research, an empirical illustration. I have given this name, and you will understand that to understand this particular tool, it requires no software, no advanced training, no prior knowledge about the statistical tools, methods, econometric modeling, nothing. You need nothing to know. Just the basic Excel skills and the simple arithmetic that we learned in our school days. So, but it provides a very meaningful results for social science research. And I told you that if my lecture helps you a bit in your study, in your research, I will find myself extremely lucky and fortunate enough. So I am moving to the next slide. Slide is moving now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So actually, quite often in the field of social science research, both the policymakers and the researchers, they find themselves standing at a critical crossroad. On the one hand, there are multiple pressing goals that have to be achieved, but on the other hand, there are scarce resources, including the limited budgets, the manpower, as well as time. Now, this imbalance between infinite aspirations and finite resources that compels decision makers to prioritize. We cannot fulfill all the goals. We have to prioritize that which should be met at first, which then in the second. Now, they must ask that which issues deserve the immediate and greater attention, and which intervention should be taken to create the maximum impact given the resource constraint. Okay, so to take the idea and to resolve the issues, sometimes feedback is sought from the respondents, particularly in case of social science research. We do a social survey to understand the severity of the problems. And these respondents are actually the beneficiaries. Okay, they are the direct beneficiaries of the policies, and they are being asked to rank the various factors in order of importance as they perceive. For instance, I can give you one example. Suppose I am doing a survey of some agricultural condition in a particular locality. Okay, so who will be my respondents? My respondents will be the farmers who are directly involved in these activities. So I am asking the farmer that please rank among the factors. I'm giving you some factors. Please rank among the factors which one is actually going to matter most for improving your livelihood. I may give the options like, say, access to irrigation, access to formal credit, availability of crop insurance, or access to markets. Here I'm meaning input markets and output markets as well. Which problem you think the most important issue for your farming activity? Similarly, if you can ask a student, and I ask you that which of the factors that can impact higher education, particularly in a rural society, that can be the, say, affordable fees, that can be quality teaching, that can be the family support, or maybe various types of government schemes, or maybe the access to some digital resources. So, which one is going to impact her studies most? So, in this way, I can give them certain factors and ask them to rank that which he or she perceives to be the most important one, which one is the second important one, which one is the third important one. In this way, I ask the respondents to rank them. Okay, my slides are moving now. I am in the next slide.
Yes, sir.
Now, each of the respondents, they actually values these factors differently. Now, it may so happen that the personal experience, the social background, the subjective judgment, that actually shapes each one's response pattern. So what seems important to one individual, that may seem secondary for other. It can quite a very realistic picture. If you are asking a farmer which one is going to be the most important problem according to you, somebody may claim that no, access to credit is the most important one to me. Somebody may tell you, no, it is not the problem. The basic problem is access to market. And the third farmer may tell you, no, not even these two. The irrigation is the major issue. So each individual may perceive the factors and they rank the factors according to their own perceptions. And as a result, so what happens, that if you try to get a sort of simple frequency distribution, because the opinions are very much diverse. So if you get a simple frequency distribution, for example, you just want to count how many times each factor has been mentioned, then it actually fails to capture the true hierarchy of preferences. And that is where the Garrett ranking method comes into the picture. If there are, say, 100 farmers, each of them are revealing their preferences in a certain way. Each of them are telling that among, say, 6 or 7 factors, this is the first factor for me, this is the second factor for me, and my opinion and your opinion as farmer, they differ significantly. Then it becomes very difficult to identify. Then after summing all the responses together, all the responses of these 100 farmers, which factor is actually the most important factor that comes out from the survey? So the simple frequency distribution may tell you that about out of 100 farmers, 26 farmers have told that access to credit is the most important one. It may so happen that 24 farmers have told you that access to market is the most important one. But it may so happen that for in case of access to credit, only 26 farmers have told you that it is most important. Only 3 farmers have told you it is second most important. But in case of market, 24 farmers have told you it is more important, and say 70 farmers have told you it is the second important. Then if you look at only the most important part, how many farmers have ranked the most important factor, which factor is more important in that way, then this simple frequency distribution may give some misleading result. So among all responses, after getting all responses taken together, we want to we want to find out which factor, after taking into consideration of all the responses, now comes out to be the most important factor that farmers face. So in that case, this Garrett ranking method, sometimes we call the Henry Garrett technique, that was being introduced in 1969 by Garrett. This is a scientific tool, and the main purpose of this tool is to convert the subjective opinions into some objective numerical values. And in this way, it helps to assign an overall ranking of the factors in a very scientific and smart way. Now, for doing this Garrett ranking method, we actually do it in step by step. I will show you in terms of an example, very simple example and very powerful method I have already told you. So it actually takes 6 important steps, okay? 6 or 5 important steps. The first step is that we usually ask the respondent, we give certain factors to the respondents and ask them to rank which one is the most important, which one is the second best important. In this way, we ask each one to rank. Now, one question the budding scholars may ask me, sir, where from you get these 6 factors or 5 factors or 10 factors? Who has told you that only market access, credit access, and these types of challenges are the only challenges for the farmers? So there may be many other challenges, isn't it? Or where from you have got this credit access is a problem at all? Now for this, I tell you, who are starting their research or in college or university level, that there is a literature survey. If you do the literature survey, those who have worked before you on this particular issue, they have done some research and identified some problems that farmers usually face in case of farming activities. So the literature review gives you some list of factors that the farmers may face. Okay, and these factors, the agricultural condition in India and agricultural condition in Africa, in the agricultural condition in US, that may be significantly different. So you have to understand the agricultural condition that is suited to your condition, and you must choose the factors from the literature based upon your tailored location. Now, when we do the pilot survey, I think you know the pilot survey method. Before starting any broad survey method, we usually do a pilot survey. And in that pilot survey, we start to understand whether our questions are being set in a proper way or not, whether some question posing should be changed, whether some question should be deleted, whether some new question should be added to get any meaningful, conclusion. So in that case, we also put a question like this: among the following points, which point you think is the most important one? And there we give some options: credit access, irrigation problem, soil fertility issue, climate change, etc., etc. And then there becomes a last option: if anything other, if anything else, if you want to include. So sometimes you get some new points from the farmers, and if you can add them, and in your final designing of questionnaire, you can add it to as one of the factors. So you can understand that there are two ways by which you can find out the factors, and then there are some scientific techniques to understand which factor is going to be the most important one. There are some techniques of econometric modeling. I am not going into detail of this, but basically these factors I have suppose found out from my pilot survey and from the literature review. And respondents are asked to rank these factors according to their preference or their experience. Then the second stage, what we do after getting these ranks, we present it in a summary sheet. I will show you how to present it. And after getting this summary sheet, our next step will be to convert these ranks into percent positions by using a particular formula. How to do it? I will show you. So this will be the second step, converting it into a percent position formula. And then there will be a Garrett table. I think Shayok and Diptarup has shared this table with you before this class. From that Garrett table, what we do for these percent positions, what will be the corresponding Garrett score? We try to calculate. For each percent position, what should be the Garrett score? Here, how many ranks we are talking about? Say 5 or 6 factors are there, and suppose I have told you rank them according to your order of preference. So if there are 5 factors, so there will be 5 ranks: first, second, third, fourth, fifth. And for each rank, what should be the percent position? At first, we should calculate. And then for that percent position, what should be the corresponding Garrett score? That should be calculated by using a Garrett table. I will show you how to do it. And if I get the score, then for each rank, what score should be assigned? Now I can determine. And then I have to do a sort of weighted average mean for each factor score. And the weighted average for which it becomes the highest should be treated as the first rank factor. The second highest should be treated as the second rank factor. In this way, you can go through a type of scientific technique by which you can ultimately determine which one is the most important factor after taking into consideration the responses of all 100 responses of the farmers. So this is the basic way. And by doing this, the analytical value of this Garrett rating is that you can convert the subjective or qualitative perceptions into quantitative measures. And if you can quantify them, then it becomes very easy for you to judge which point is most important, which point is second most important. And as a result of which, what happens? The policymakers, the researchers who are actually trying to prioritize that which policy intervention should be taken, which factors should be addressed at first, that becomes quite clear and that becomes quite practicable. So this is the purpose for which we are learning the Garrett ranking method. So whatever I have told you, now I'm going to show you in terms of a practical example. And until now, whatever I have told you, is it clear to all? Is there any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, so if you have any doubt, you can put your questions in the chat box, and after the class, I will try to address. Since time is precious, so I am going on. Okay, so now let's dive into a simple practical example to clearly understand this Garrett ranking method. And since I am outside my home, cannot use my Excel sheets properly, I anticipated that this can happen. I have tried to make everything clear through my slides. Okay, so for that, look at this slide carefully. This is the step 1 for the Garrett ranking method. I will explain everything step by step such that you can understand, and even the first year student who maybe have joined this class, he can also understand it properly. So the first step is what? You decide a problem. Suppose my problem is I'm giving one example, is a purely hypothetical example. My example is that suppose a social survey is conducted in a particular locality to identify the major problems. Here the problems are my factors faced by the farmers for targeted policy action. Okay, government want to take some policy intervention to correct the adverse situation of the farmers, and for that they have identified the major 5 problems that the farmers in that locality are facing. But all the problems cannot be solved at once due to budget constraint, resource constraint, time constraint, everything, mainly budget constraint. So they want to prioritize that which factor should be solved at first and then after upwards. And for that, what they are doing, they are seeking responses from the farmers. Now the question may arise that in a particular village, there may be plenty of farmers. So will I ask each and everyone, what is your problem? What is your problem? Because that process involves a large amount of time and money, obviously efforts. No, there we can do a sort of sampling procedure. So this is entirely a different ball game. What is sampling, how to do sampling in a proper way. If time permits, I will try to share with you this view regarding sampling procedure. So suppose I have determined that 100 farmers have to be interviewed, and these 100 farmers is my sample. From this entire village composing of many farmers, I have selected 100 farmers who are my sample, and I have taken into account their land holding size, their education level, their family size, different factors are there based on which I have selected these 100 farmers which are being the representative of this population. Population means the entire group of farmers in the village. So I have given them 5 important problems. Just look at the slide. What are the problems I have mentioned? The first one is the weather vulnerability due to climate change, and I am marking it as F1. You all know that weather is a very important factor in case of farm production, because it is the direct input that has been applied in production, and if there is a crop failure, that plays with the fortune of the farmers. So that's why weather vulnerability is the first problem. You can ask me, sir, how government can intervene in terms of weather vulnerability. Weather vulnerability is not in the hands of government or in the hands of farmer. It is a natural calamity. It can happen anytime, anywhere, isn't it? Nowadays, for the last few days, you can see that how much rain is there in West Bengal. So what you can do? So this is the process. So how government can intervene? Yeah, my dear, government can intervene in terms of policies. Government can implement crop insurance policies. You cannot avoid risk, but you can try to insure farmers if some risky situation arises. Okay, so this is the first factor. The second factor is the declining fertility of soil. Due to low fertility, the productivity may go down. So as a result, this point can be corrected. This is factor two. The third factor is the marketing problems. You know, whenever a farmer is going to produce something, it sells it directly to some intermediaries, and these intermediary actually sells the item to another intermediaries, and there is a long chain of intermediaries. So when the final product reaches to the hands of customers, the price that the final point seller, the final gate seller that receives, and the price that the initial point the farmer receives, there is a stark difference. All the commissions are being eaten up by the middleman. So as a result, farmers do not get the right price for their product. So getting the right price, this marketing problem becomes very important. So this is the factor three. The fourth factor is access to the formal credit. You know, for most of the cases, due to paucity of this formal credit, farmers have to bank upon the money lenders, the input suppliers, maybe the relatives. And you have seen that if there is a crop failure, the farmers cannot repay the loan back. So farmers' indebtedness is a very clear problem in the Indian agriculture. And due to this, indebtedness problem, if there is a crop failure, farmers sink into the burden of debt. An extreme manifestation of this debt crisis has recently resulted in unending chain of farmer suicides in different states of India that you have found. So that's why this is another important problem. And the last one is the rising input prices. For farming, you need seeds, fertilizers, pesticides, water, and the prices of these inputs are going up day by day. So if proper protection is not being received by the farmers, it becomes extremely difficult for them to make farming viable. As a result, you will see for the last 2 decades in Indian agriculture, many farmers are actually leaving their farming professions and going towards non-farm activities. So this is the major 5 problems, and I have 100 farmers who have been asked to rank these factors in descending order of their importance based on their perceptions. So before going further, can you tell me, you just think which one is going to be the most important one? According to you, which one? Can anyone tell me that according to this, which one, if you are the farmer, how you perceive the point, according to you, which factor may be the most important factor after taking responses from all farmers? Anyone?
Yeah, you can open your mic and you can interact with sir, so it will be great for us.
Declining soil fertility.
Declining soil fertility. Very good, dear. So it can be one important factor. Any other response?
It may be marketing problem.
Yeah, it may be marketing problem.
Yes,
Okay.
a marketing problem can be.
Marketing problem can be. Any other response? Anything you can perceive. I do not know what is going to happen because responses will be given by the farmers, and that is purely hypothetical. But what do you think? What is your gut feeling is telling? Which can be? The last response that I can get from you. One has said,
Lack of access to formal credit.
lack of access to formal credit. Very good, very good. I need a bit of interaction such that I can understand whether you can understand what I am telling to you or not. Up to this, it is clear, no? You can understand what I am going to do?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, one of them have written that F5, Kaushik Gari.
F5,
Yeah.
rising input prices. Very good, dear. Very good. Very good. I need this interaction. That will make the class much more alive, interactive. So now what I am doing, I have asked these 100 respondents, please rank them according to the order of importance. And now see what I am showing you. My slides are moving now. You can see the slide?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is the numbers readable? You can read the numbers, the column
No, sir.
numbers, respondent number, and then the factors I have mentioned, factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4, factor 5. And see, I have given the respondent number as AMD/BOD/001. So you can ask me the question, sir, what is this? What is the respondent number? Should be 1, 2, 3, 4. So why you have given this type of name? There is a reason, my dear. The reason is that suppose I am doing a research in a particular, state. So they are, or in a particular district, say North Chubbish Pargona district. And in that district, suppose I am actually surveying two important areas, two important blocks. I have done this work, that's why I'm showing you. One block is Amdanga block and second block is Baduria block. Now these two blocks, why I have chosen, there are some reasons, sample selection techniques, there are some reasons why. But suppose I have chosen Amdanga block for the study. Now among Amdanga block, there are different villages, and one of the village is actually Bodai. Bodai is the name of one village. And from that Bodai village, I have asked the respondent farmer to give their preference. Now look at the respondent number. The first three letters AMD, that denotes Amdanga block, /BOD means Bodai village. BOD means Bodai, the starting three letters, and then respondent number 1. Why I am doing this? Because if there are some inconsistent responses, then I can easily understand it appears from which particular village of which block. That will be also can be identified, because whenever you get the data, you have to upload it into an Excel file, and then you have to clean the data. You have to filter the data. And there are some inconsistent responses, missing values you can get. And from there, you can understand at which particular response sheet you will find that whether this response is consistent or not. Okay. For that, I have given these types of names. But for the time being, you assume that all the village members are coming from Amdanga block and Budai village. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the respondent number. And look at how they have ranked. The factors are given as F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. See, the first respondent has responded that F1 is the most important factor. Most important means the rank is 1, and least important means the rank is 5. So according to him, the first important factor is climate change. Then F2 means soil fertility. He has ranked as 5th important. F3 means marketing problem. He has ranked as 4th important. F4, that is lack of access to credit, formal credit, that is the 2nd important problem. And rising input prices as the 3rd important problem. So now if you come to the 10th respondent, I have highlighted the yellow part you can see in the slide. 10th, 11th, 12th, and 13th respondent. You see how the responses are there. For the 10th respondent, factor 1 has been ranked as the most important problem. But for the 11th respondent, it is the 2nd important problem. For the 12th respondent, it is the 4th important problem. For the 13th respondent, it is the 3rd important problem. So you can understand that farmers exhibit diverse perceptions in ranking the severity of the problems. What I was telling you, that if you take individual responses, then the responses varies, diverse. There is a diversity of responses. So you cannot get any particular pattern that this would be the most important one. And look at this, when I summarize them into a compact Excel sheet, this becomes a response sheet, what I have created. I think it is visible to all.
Yes, sir.
Everybody can see it? Okay, now you see, I have mentioned the factors. The factors are F1, F2, F3, F4, and F5. And I have given the ranks. Rank is first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, and fifth rank. You just follow my cursor. I think you can see it. The first rank, the first factor 1 means weather change, the climate change. That is most important, means first rank. That has been mentioned by how many respondents? 26. Factor 1 has been mentioned as the 2nd important one, has been mentioned by how many respondents? 20 respondents. In this way, factor 1 has been mentioned by 5th important by 12 respondents. So if you add them together, together 26, 20, 32, 10, 12, row wise. If you add together, how much you are going to get? 100. Because factor 1 has been mentioned, first important by 26, second important by 20, third important by 32, the fourth important by 10, and fifth important by 12. So if you add them together, how much responses you have actually received? 100, because there are 100 respondents. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
By the same logic, if you add the column total, then also how many first ranks have been assigned? The factor 1 has been assigned by 26, factor 2 has been assigned by 20, factor 3 by 18, factor 4 by 12, factor 5 by 24. So if you add this column total, that will also end up with 100, because total first rank has been provided by 100 responses. So this column total and this row totals should be 100. So for each factor, you can check it like this. This is a hypothetical example, but this is a checkpoint. You have to check whether the row totals and column totals are becoming 100 or not. If there is a mismatch, then you must understand there are some missing values. You may not have put this properly. So that's why you are getting something wrong. So this is the response sheet, the summary response sheet that I have received from the farmers. Up to this, any problem, any doubt? This is my first step, getting the responses and making a snapshot of this is the snapshot of the summary of the farmers' responses. Clear up to this?
Yes, sir.
No? Okay. Now come to the step 2. This is a very important step, and this step is actually to finding out the percent position for each rank. How many ranks are there? There are 5 ranks. 1, 2, 4, and 5. Because 5 factors are there, so maximum 5 ranks will be there. If there are 7 factors, then there will be 7 ranks. If there are 3 factors, there will be 3 ranks. So here I have considered 5 factors, so there will be 5 ranks. Now, for each rank, what should be the corresponding percent value? That I have to calculate. And then how can I calculate? In the left-hand part, in the slide, I have shown the formula, by which formula I convert this. And in the right-hand part, I have shown you the process that you may perform in the Excel sheet. See what I am doing. I am doing, what is the formula? For each rank, your formula to convert it into percent position is 100 multiplied by Rij minus 0.5 whole divided by Nj. This is the part in the numerator, Rij minus 0.5. What is Rij? J is the number of respondents basically. Here I am giving 100 respondents, so that doesn't matter. So Ri is the rank I, means first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, fifth rank. So if I'm talking about first rank, then Rij should be 1. If I'm talking about second rank, then Rij will be 2. In this way, we have to calculate. Now 0.5 is a number. And what is Nj? Nj is the total ranks given by 100 respondents. Total ranks are how much? 5 ranks are there. First, second, third, fourth, fifth. So Nj is 5 for all the experiments. So Nj is always 5. If there are 7 ranks, then Nj will be 7. If there are 3 ranks, Nj will be 3. So if I want to calculate what is the percent position of first rank, then what I should do? See the slide. Look at the first Excel slide that I have shared here. Number 1 I have written. What I have done? Here I have written rank. And in the next column, what I have written? The percent position. And the formula is 100 into 100. Here is into 100 into Rij minus 0.5 whole divided by Nj. So if I write 100 multiplied by means the star sign, and then I have given the bracket. What is Rij? I should select this particular cell, rank 1 cell, and this rank cell is showing what? This is C5, isn't it? You can see from the slide, this is C5. This one rank is written in this particular box. So if I select this, you can see automatically your machine will take the value C5. It is marked in blue. So C5 minus 0.5 whole divided by how many ranks are there? 5. So if I write this formula and click, then what will happen? The second slide that you can get from 1 to 2 you will receive. Here the value will become 10. So if the rank 1, I am calculating the percent position, the correspond is for first rank, the percent position will be 10. Now let's check what will be the percent position for the second rank. How you can calculate it? Here it will be 100 into, in Rij, in place of Rij, now I have to write 2. So it will be 100 into 2 minus 0.5 whole divided by 5. So what is 2 minus 0.5? It is 1.5. So 1.5 divided by 5 means 0.3 and it will be multiplied by 100. So the answer will be 30. See, in the final box I have got 30. Actually what you can do, if you get one value and in the edge of this box, if you drop it down, then obviously the other values will come into the picture. So first will be 10, second will be 30, third will be 50. Take the third one also. You can, if you want to calculate third one or fourth one or fifth one. Anything, if you do it in terms of this particular formula, you will get that these values are the corresponding percent positions. And the formula that I am using is this formula 100 into Rij minus 0.5 whole divided by Nj. Here Nj is how many ranks are there? 5 ranks are there. And Rij is what? What rank I am talking about. If it is first rank, then Rij is 1. If it is the third rank, it will be 3. If it is the fifth rank, it will be 5. So in this way, we can convert this ranks into the values of percent positions. It is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Is there any doubt? Is there any doubt for anyone?
Sir, can you please repeat the second step again, the calculation?
The calculation means from here to here, you are saying, na? You can see my cursor?
Yes, sir.
From
Yes.
1 to 2, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
So if you write this formula into your Excel sheet, 100 multiplied by C5, C5 will be automatically chosen if you took rank 1. If you do everything separately, then what you have to do? In the second rank, if you are going to calculate it for the second rank, then you have to write equals to, then 100 star sign means multiplied by a bracket, and then if you choose number 2, it will automatically give you the value C6. See, the second cell is actually C and it is 6. So it will be C6 minus 0.5 whole divided by 5. So in this way, for each particular rank, you can calculate it. But one simple way of doing it is that you just calculate the first cell, and if you just give an enter sign, you will get the second slide.
Okay,
Got
sir.
it?
Yes, sir. I
And
got it.
if you get this 10 value, and in the edge of this box, if you drop it down, you will get the third slide that I have shown. So you need not calculate the value for each rank. You just calculate the first value according to the formula, and then drag it down, and you will get the values for the other ranks as well.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Is it clear, dear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay. Any other person has any other doubt? Is it okay now?
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I want to know that why this rank 5th has this 90% position. I am not able to connect with these things. That rank 5 is having this percentage position, whereas rank 1 is having 10%.
Yeah. It's a very, very good question. You're saying that if anything is third ranked, if anything is first ranked, his percent position is so low. If the rank is 1, his percent position should be very high, isn't it? This is your question?
Sir,
If the ranks are high, the corresponding percent positions will be high. If rank 1 is 10, how the rank 5 becomes 9? It will be determined on Garrett score. And Garrett table has been devised in such a way that lower the percent position, higher the score.
Yes, sir.
You get it? The rank 1 having the percent position 10, but the Garrett score is 75. The rank 2 having the percent position 30, but the Garrett score is 60. So you see, lower the rank, lower is the Garrett score. But lower the rank, higher is the percent position. So Garrett table, like any other tables that you usually do, like log table, there are many types of tables are there now. So there is a Garrett conversion table as well. And in that table, you will find lower the percent value, higher the corresponding Garrett score. So that's why you have got first rank, percent position 10. Now you have to find out what is the corresponding Garrett score. And for that reason, I am using a Garrett conversion table. I have shown that table in the right hand part of my slide. And I have marked certain cells in blue shade. Is it visible to everybody? The blue shades. Can you see it? Blue shades is very light, I think.
Yes, sir.
Blue shades টা দেখা যাচ্ছে মানে সবাই দেখতে পাচ্ছে?
Yes, sir, it's visible, it's visible.
Okay, okay.
Sir, I am very sorry to interrupt you. We have another question from Mukherjee. She just said, is there any rule to choose the constant value in the formula?
Is there any rule? Yeah, the rule is 0.5 is constant. Yeah, I am even going to that slide. In this slide, in this formula, 100 is constant. You know, this 100 is not due to the fact that my respondents are 100. Even if my respondents are 200, this formula is constant. This 100 is constant, this 0.5 is constant. Only the changing points are Rij and Nj. You got it, Mukherjee? This Nj is the total number of respondents. The total number of total number of ranks. Here I have chosen five factors, so there should be maximum 5 ranks. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 ranks are there. If I have taken, say, 10 factors, in real life cases, there will be many factors. I have taken, say, 10 factors. Then my Nj will be 10. And this Rij is the which rank you are talking about. If you are talking about first rank, then Rij is 1. If you are talking about 7th rank, then Rij is 7.
7. Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, yeah.
Any further doubt? Anybody? I am happy that you are asking question. This means I am trying to do something that can be helpful. Isn't it? So can I go to the next slide? I am at the end of my presentation. Okay. So now suppose I have got these percent positions. I have shown you how these percent positions are calculated. Now for these percent positions, how I can calculate the Garrett score. Now here there is a Garrett table. Now here you see there are 2 columns, percent position and score. For each percent position, there are some scores, and that has been mentioned in the table. You will find in these percent positions, what you are trying to find out, you may not get the exact that particular value of percent positions, but you can get the value that is nearer to that particular value. For example, suppose I want to calculate what is the Garrett score of 10, percent position 10. Then I have to find, you can see my cursor, I can find the value percent position 10 here. I am searching. See, there is a value 9.17 and there is a value 10.06, sorry, 9.17 and 10.06. Which one is closer to 10? 9.17 or 10.06? Which one is closer?
10.06.
So that's why I have taken 10.06. You understand? You have not got the value 10 in the percent position table. There are 2 values are being marked here, 9.17 and 10.6. Both of them are closer to 10, but closest is 10.6. And what is the corresponding Garrett score? See, 75. So I have taken 75. Again, I search for 30. Okay, then I'm going down. Now see percent position. You can check my cursor. See, there is 28.86. That is one value. And second value is 30.61. These 2 values are closer to 30. But which one is closest? 20.8,
30.61.
30.61. So that's why I have taken this value as my Garrett score, 60. And in this way, I have done everything. For 50, you see, there is a exact 50 value in the percent position. For 50 value, the Garrett score is 50. So that's why I have taken at 50. But for 70 value, you see, there is a value 67.48, and there is a value 69.39, and there is a value 71.14. There are three values close to 70, but these two are closer than 67.48. Which one is closest, 69.39 or 71.14?
69.39.
So this I am taking the value 40 over here. So this is the way by which I have converted these percent positions into the Garrett score by using this Garrett conversion table. And I have shared this table. I have asked Shayok and Dipturu to share this table with you in your WhatsApp group. Is it clear? This table is clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to this. This is important. Now see, I have done a summary response sheet that I am showing in the upper part of this in the left hand part, in the upper section. I am showing the summary response sheet, and in the lower part I am showing the Garrett scores corresponding to percent positions. These two we have derived in our previous slides, and the help of these two, now I am going to derive the last table that is called the Garrett table. Here I am going to calculate the total Garrett score for each factor. Factor 1, factor 2, factor 3, factor 4, factor 5. For each factor, I am going to derive the total Garrett score. And how I am going to derive it? See, in the rank column, there is first rank, second rank, third rank, fourth rank, and fifth rank. The first rank corresponds to what value? See, from the lower part of the table, in the left-hand side, you see, the first rank corresponds to the Garrett score 75. So I have written first score multiplied by 75. So what will be the second rank's weight? The Garrett score is 60 from the table. So I have written second multiplied by 60. Then third is 50. So third multiplied by 50. The fourth is 40. So fourth is multiplied by 40. The fifth is 25. The fifth is multiplied by 25. Now look at the factors. Now I am putting the values of factor 1 in terms of its rating in first, second, third, fourth, fifth. What is the first rating? How many responses have been made? For the first rating of F1, this is 26. See, I have written 26. What is the second one? 20. So I have written 20. Third one is 32. I have written 32. The fourth one is 10. I have written 10. The fifth one is 12. I have written 12. So now what I am doing, this 26 is going to be multiplied by 75 because first rank corresponds to the Garrett score of 75. So 26 into 75 gives me the result 1950. The second rank, how many candidates have made this second? 20. It will be multiplied by 60. 60 is my Garrett score. So 20 into 60 means 1200. The third rank is that has been mentioned by 32. And what is the corresponding Garrett score? 50. So that will be 32 into 50 means 1600. Then fourth rank, 10 people have told that it is 4. And what is the corresponding Garrett weight? 40. So 10 into 40 means 400. And similarly for fifth, it is 300. And if you can sum all of this row total, this becomes 5450. This is the summation of 1950, 1210, 1600, 400, 300. If you sum them together, then you are going to get the total Garrett score, that is 5450. And in this way, we have done it for each factor to find out the total Garrett score. And this is the table that's showing the total Garrett score for each factor. Is it clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubt from anybody? You have understood now how the total Garrett score is calculated? Now the problem becomes so easy. Now see, in this last calculation slide, I have mentioned the factors. What are the factors? Weather vulnerability, decline soil fertility, marketing problems, lack of access to formal credit, and rising input prices. And these were the notations F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. And I have already calculated the total Garrett score, that is 5450, 4920. This way, that last slide I have calculated the total Garrett score. And then I am dividing it by the number of respondents to get the average Garrett score. So here, how many are the number of respondents? 100 respondents are there. So if you divide it by 100, then what is the value you are going to get? 54.5 for the first factor. For second factor, it is 49.2. For the third factor, it is 45.25. For the fourth factor, it is 44.25. And the last factor, it is 56.8. So based on this Garrett score, average Garrett score, I am going to rank which factor is going to be most important based on the responses of all farmers taken into account. Now here you can see the most important becomes the last factor, rising input prices. So here I have marked it as yellow to understand that the rising input prices are going to be the most important one, second followed by weather vulnerability, then declining soil fertility, then marketing problems, and then lack of access to formal credit. Now, for this particular sample of these 100 respondents, this becomes the result. And if government has to take any decision based upon this result, then government can understand that the immediate problem that government has to meet up is the problem of rising input prices. So government can think of regarding sort of subsidy such that the farmers can get seeds free of cost, or fertilizers at a subsidized rate, water at a subsidized rate. In this way, government can plan for the strategies. That should be the immediate strategies to give some relief to the farmers. And you can see there are very close contest between the third, fourth, and fifth. You can get the Garrett score values. You can easily understand these are very close contestant. Just like in our class, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sometimes we get the third, fourth, fifth positions. They are very alike. They are very coming close to each other. So this is the way by which you can make the overall ranking of the factors. Am I clear to all?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it difficult?
No.
Have I
No,
used
sir.
the software? Nothing. See, only the Excel that you are actually seeing is very simple, but it is a very powerful rule, you know. I am not naming, but two of the university professors has asked me, Rupam, please share with us what is the Garrett ranking method, because we want to do some research work based on this Garrett ranking method for my PhD student. So I have tried my best to share my knowledge, whatever I have. And many students nowadays, they are doing their PhD. One part of that is applying this Garrett score to get the ultimate result. And I'm telling you in this point that there are other methods, relative importance index. So different types of indexes are there by which you can calculate, like in a Likert scale, you are asking people questions that regarding this particular point, do you agree, strongly agree, neutral, dislike, strongly disagree, like that. So from that Likert scale also you can make some preferences. But here I am not doing that. Here I have asked the candidates to rank them, and then on the basis of which I am going to understand which one is the most important one. So in this way, there are different types of techniques by which you can do your social research much more impactful. I have done it in almost 4 of my research projects that I have submitted to UGC and A.K. Dasgupta Center. You can find it maybe in the Niti Aayog portal. You can find it. There I have also used that. These types of techniques. And these are very powerful technique, but see how simple it is. So without using much more econometrics, by simple arithmetic, the way I have done it is the addition, subtraction, and multiplication. We do it in our school days. Even a class 9 student can understand the process, but it is very powerful. And I'm telling you, many people do not know it. So that's why I have chosen this particular topic. And the key takeaways from this particular class may be the Garrett ranking methods that actually converts the subjective opinions, the voices, into the numbers. And sometimes these numbers actually tells you which factor is the most important factor. And that actually helps the policymakers to make their decisions regarding in which case, what should be the priority, in which case they will intervene. And with that, I hope that I have made you understand what is the thing. Again, I am extremely sorry since I was not in my home. I am outside my home, and due to the weather conditions, the bandwidth is very low during my journey. So maybe I was not being visible to you, but I have tried my best. This was my presentations. So if you have any doubts or queries, you can ask me, or otherwise, Shayok and Diptaru can continue the next part of the class. And if you have any suggestions for me such that I can learn better,